Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the THSCA Coaching School and Convention in San Antonio. But we're not talking San Antonio football. We're talking football in the 806 with the head coach of those Lubbock Christian Eagles. It's Coach Chris Softley. Coach, how are you?
Doing well.
Thanks for taking some time.
Hey, thank you.
You are in the I was being rather coy earlier. I said, you're in our magazine. And you're like, yeah, everybody's in the magazine, dummy. But you are a member of our 40 under 40, one of the top young coaches in the state. How about that?
Well, I appreciate you guys. That's very kind of you guys to recognize.
Well, you've done the hard part. I mean, you're something like 65 and 15 or something over the course of your career there at Lubbock Christian. And I'm always interested, especially at a place like that and in the private school ranks where player retention can be more challenging sometimes. Mm-hmm. What has been for you, what has been the secret to sustained success and sustained every single year you guys are a contender? What's the key to that?
Yeah, and I think it's hard across the board in the high school ranks, compared to college, mm-hmm. in terms of you get two bad classes put together. What are you going to do about that? Yeah. Every coach's nightmare, right? But I guess I would just say for us, we've been really fortunate. Our staff, high retention. We've only lost 3 staff members, and they've all went to college jobs. And so, hey, if you're wanting a college job, come join us.
Yeah.
But we've been really high in retention for that. I think that helps with kids being comfortable. They know who their position coach is going to be. They can trust those guys. And then obviously success breeds success. And so once those kids start to know that this is the way you're going to do it, you're going to shoot me straight, you're going to care about me as a person over as a player, and then you start to have some success on the field, I think all that stuff, put that together in a mix, and I think you get a bowl of starting to have pretty good mixture for a good season, yeah. and a couple in a row.
Yeah, you guys have had tremendous success over the course of your tenure there. And I'm interested maybe how would you say that this program has changed since you arrived to now? What do you think is the biggest difference between in the growth the program has had?
So when we arrived, the program had been going for 45 years, and it had been 500, exactly 500 in a winning percentage. I mean, right at, it was like 500.1. And obviously the success has been nice on the field, but I just would say that the biggest thing is our kids have been such a blessing to us. They were just completely buying in. Mm-hmm. And you hear all these stories across the landscape, nightmares. We just don't see that. I mean, our kids they're great kids. The parents are heavily involved. They're supportive. They work hard for us. And we've just, I don't want to paint the picture too perfect, but it has been a great scenario for us. And when you have, now we're undersized, we don't impress anybody when we get off the bus, but we will work our tails off, and I can go to bat with kids like that.
Let's go back to 2021, an 11-2 mark, another outstanding season. Now that some time has passed since 2021, how would you assess what you guys were able to do last season?
So we like being picked really low. Well, I think we were picked to finish 5th in the district, and we finished district champs and in the Final Four. And so I'm a fan of that. But I would say that the biggest thing in terms of a takeaway was our ability to take care of the football. When you can go +2, Joey out there at Texas Tech, Joey McGuire is big on the take 3. We've been doing that forever. We just do it on a really small scale. Nobody ever talks about it. But if we can go 30 takeaways in a 10-game season again, +3 in the turnover margin, you're going to have a successful season. And that was us last year. We were really successful in that part of the game. And we were able to finish in the Final Four and had a great senior class that not much was expected on them, and I was really thankful to send them out. They sent us out on such a high note.
All right, so then, you look forward to 2022, and I want to talk about the team as a whole, but I want to talk about one guy, and I think you know who I'm going to talk about. Bax Townsend. This kid is a freak show.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
He's really good.
If you've never seen him, just go look up his huddle tape. Just go watch him. It's just like a movie. It's unbelievable what he's able to do. You're the guy. The numbers speak for themselves. As the guy who watches him every day in practice, what is it about Bax Townsend, your QB1, that sets him apart?
Competitor.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Plain and simple, he's a competitor. He wants to win in everything. That's where, as a coach, it's fun for me to coach him. I see a lot of myself in him. Also, his weaknesses are the same weaknesses I have, which is, we can both take a family game night and turn it into a nightmare of an experience. Okay?
Yeah, I can see that.
But, man, on Friday night, that's what you want in that quarterback position is you want somebody that, man, it's 4th and 1 all the time. Every drive needs to end in the end zone, and that's awesome. All I got to do is rein him in. Is okay. Take a deep breath. Go tell that old lineman that you forgive him. And but man, he's a ton of fun to coach because you don't have to ratchet him up. He's ready to roll right now.
Well, it strikes me you'd rather have a guy you have to dial back than a guy you've got to be like, can you care about this a little bit? You know what I mean? Yeah, you'd rather have that, especially in a place like quarterback.
Absolutely. Yeah, and a guy that wants to win as bad as we do, which is pretty saying something. And so he's a guy that's why you trust putting the ball in his hands is because I know I'm going to get his best right here on this play. And so we put it in his hands a lot.
So let's look forward to 2022. Do you have a feeling quite yet on how this team may be different from last year? Hopefully it's not all that different. Hopefully it's a lot of the same. But how do you feel like maybe this year's team may be different from last year's team?
We always want to be a team that runs the football consistently. We do it from spread packages. We do it at different tempos just because, again, we're trying to hide some things. We're a small school football program, so you've always got some weaknesses. But I think what we may be is we may sling it a little bit more. Now, when you have backs, you can do a couple different things with him. So we're still going to run some power read game. But I think we may be more using 53 and a third horizontally this year just to try to put our 11 best on the field and give ourselves the best chance of success on Friday night. So I think that's what we'll do. Defensively, I think we'll be really similar.
Okay, and finally, Coach, let's say we're coming out to watch the Eagles and based on past performance, probably watch the Eagles win. But before the game, I need somewhere to eat.
Okay.
I need somewhere to go in the LBK.
Okay.
In 806 to eat.
Yeah.
Where's Chris Softley sending me to eat before the Eagles game?
So here's the deal. I'm going to give you a terrible answer. Lubbock is fantastic at restaurants. Fantastic. You cannot go wrong. There are so many awesome choices in Lubbock, Texas. I mean that. I really do. But since I'm getting a glare, I will say an answer
I'm not looking at you. I'm offended. I'm offended by this answer. No, go ahead.
I will say that, okay, all right, I'm on the chain. Okay, downtown, there's a chicken restaurant called Dirk's. Dirk's Chicken. Okay, downtown.
All right, I'm on it. We're going to come out the limit.
Hey, and you killed this. Off the cuff, you caught me mid-yawn, pulled me in. You got all this information. You're really good at your job. Not as good as these ladies, but you are very good at your job. I just want you to know that. I'm very impressed.
Thanks.
With a question mark.
Chris Softley.
I'm Chris Softley.
Head coach of the Lubbock Christian Eagles. Coach, appreciate your time, my friend.
You got it.